Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm out with not just Steve, but quite a few other photographers this morning. As part of Steve's thumbs up photography group, we're doing our first meet, and we've come to Holme Fen, and we have the most beautiful conditions. Beautiful thick fog, silver birches, which have got some lovely golden colour, as you can probably see behind me here. So I'm really excited about this morning. So brought the group to this little opening here. We've got a few solo silver birch dotted around. Everyone's getting their tripods out, filling their boots with shots. So yeah, come along, let's see what we find. But yeah, really excited about this morning. So we're all photographing this tree just here. Beautiful silver birch with lovely arch coming over. And yeah, you see Steve's got his camera here. I've got mine there, and I've got the tripod really high. And this is a classic example of why I have used such a short tripod, because the tree looks beautiful, don't get me wrong, and it's got some lovely separation with that mist, but these grasses and sort of ferns here, they've got quite a few poking up, which are just sort of intersecting with that sort of arching branch over there. So really, what I've done by getting the tripod high, I'm just able to cut most of that out. I might have to clone stamp some bits out, but it should make my job a lot easier when I get back into post, not having to actually clone out big portions of it. So quite a nice, simple, really basic scene. But yeah, we're going to move on now and see what else we can find. I lost the group. I've still lost the group. I found the group. I finally caught up with the group and come to this little opening here. And immediately I was drawn to this tree here, this beautiful silver birch that's kind of arching over. Lovely shapes and lovely curve with these leaves as well. But what I really like is it's kind of gives this framing effect. The tree is kind of going through into the background. Yeah, the mist is starting to lift a little bit, it looks like, so I think it's going to be one of those mornings where it's kind of in and out. So it's worth just sticking around this area, I think, just to see if the fog comes back in a bit, because it has dissipated a little bit for the moment. But I think this is going to be a really nice shot. So I'm surprised how green it still is, to be honest with you. It's middle of November and a lot of this bracken is still very green. But talk about the gear head again. Places like this, conditions like this, it's brilliant. It really is. I was just able to really fine tune the composition to something that I think really works quite well. So very happy with this. So yeah, going to stick around here for a bit. I think the rest of the group is as well. So this is only good. I'll pop it on the screen. So sticking around this area, I've lost the group again, but photographing the same tree, just from a different angle. So now you've got this kind of like leading in effect with the main branch there, leading through to the background. The fog started to come back in a little bit as well, which is good. Gone for two pictures here. Let me know which one you think you prefer in the comments. I've gone for one which is more of a tight crop on really just the silver birch itself, and one which is a slightly wider crop, incorporating the silver birch on the right hand side. So let me know which one you prefer. I'm a bit unsure at the moment, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go and catch the group up now. Speak to you in a bit. Just bumped into local legend Jamie Overland, who knows these woods like nobody else. He's just brought us up to this area, this kind of open part of the woodland, where there's quite a few famous trees. So you've got just here called the Jester, also known as the Stickman. So I'll photograph that. It was in about 100mm, but a beautiful, beautiful tree. And another one over this side, which I'll show you in a moment, called the Kink, and I'm actually in at about 400mm, and I'm having to use the APS-C mode to get that shot. So yeah, let me put this one on the screen now, and then I'll talk you through the Kink. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this little guy just over here is called the Kink. Another quite well-known tree from this area. This is the one I'm in at 400mm, but I'm also using the APS-C mode as well, just to really crop in, hone in on that tree. So with the fog we've got as well, it's creating a lovely amount of separation. So I will pop that one on the screen now. But yeah, what a fantastic morning. I think everyone's having a good time. And yeah, let's go and see what else we can find. Trying to vlog. Noisy buggers. Definitely a telephoto morning. I'm in at about 300mm here, and found another silver birch. Just right back over here, and I don't know if you can work that on the camera very well, but yeah, there's a silver birch just back there. Got some lovely shape to it and some lovely colour. And I'm just separating it in such a way that it's just nestled in between some of the other silver birch dotted around it. One thing I'm not sure about is there's a branch or a tree that's fallen down right in the background. It's looking really very bright. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's adding or taking away from the scene. We'll see when I get back into post. But what I'm thinking I might do with it is, if it is a bit too bright, I might just dull that down a little bit in Lightroom, just to take some of the shine off it. But wow, what a stunning morning. The fog is definitely lifting quite a lot now. One thing I will say is, being out with a group like this, it's very difficult to photograph, vlog, and obviously talk to them at the same time. So if this vlog's a bit all over the place, I hope you understand why. But yeah, got this shot now. I'll put it on the screen. But other than that, going to catch up with the group and see what else we find. Wait for me! I managed to catch up with everybody. Met up with Jamie on the way back, had a bit of a chat. One thing we both agreed on was, as nice as it is being with a group like this, it's very, very difficult to do woodland photography. It's one of those things, I think, where you do probably get better images when you're kind of on your own. You can just immerse yourself in the woodland. But still, had a fantastic morning. We got back to the vans now, going to have a cup of tea and see what happens with the weather before we hopefully maybe head back out into the woods and see what else we can find. But what a fantastic morning. The conditions have been absolutely perfect. So, going to have a cuppa and see what happens next. I just had a cup of tea and a little bite to eat. Going to go back into the woodlands now. The fog is lifting quite considerably, to be honest with you. But yeah, going to have a little walk around, see if there's anything else we can find. But the colours are absolutely popping. So beautiful. So let's go and see what else we can find. So if I'm honest, I think we're struggling a bit now, the fog's lifted, but we've just come back out for another walk. Just the three of us, some of them have already gone back home, but I think they've had a good time. So come across this area here, and you've got this really dominant silver birch, and that's really the kind of the centre point of this image. And there's obviously a few more in the background there as well, but I think for me what really this one's all about is the framing of it and the balance. Because I've got two silver birch on the right hand side that are kind of acting like bookends to the image, and then I've upped the shutter speed as well because there's quite a few of the leaves falling down, so I'm hoping to capture some of those in the scene, see how that works out. So I've had to bump the ISO up to 1250 and a shutter speed of 1/200th per second, which hopefully should be enough just to slightly freeze some of those falling leaves. But yeah, really it's all about the balance of this scene and the colours, with obviously the bracken here and the leaves on the trees themselves against that white silver birch. So yeah, quite like this. Got my tripod really high, taller than me, just to get over some of this bracken. It's still really quite tall, which I don't want to get those in the scene too much because they're going to be well out of focus with how far I'm zoomed in on this. I'm at about 200mm, so if this is any good, I'll pop it on the screen. I'm going to stick it out for a little bit longer though, just to wait for some more of these leaves to fall, because we had a couple of little slight gusts of wind which have really started to bring some of these down. So if we can get that kind of snowfall effect with the leaves falling down, that could look quite nice. But yeah, wait here for 5 minutes and then catch the guys up. Nearly back at the car now. We've been walking around for quite a bit more to see if we can find more compositions, but to be honest, we're really struggling. The mist has pretty much all but disappeared, but it's been a fantastic morning. We've been out for ages. We've been out since about 7 o'clock this morning. It's now 1:30, so I'm absolutely knackered, but got some absolutely fantastic photos I think this morning. I think the rest of the group did too, so I think they're going to go back very happy with the images that they've got, which is always good. Sorry this video has been a bit kind of all over the place, as I mentioned earlier. Trying to take photos, do vlog, and obviously talk to the group that's come with us all in one is very challenging. But as I say, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you've got any comments, please leave them below. I love reading the comments and replying to them. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon.